Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Growth Log. I'm Davia,
And I'm Billionaire Barrett.
and we are here with another episode of a mini podcast. And we decided to switch things up, and we have a new way of how we're going to pick a topic. So, we are going to pull from the hat. We already curated some topics. Please feel free to comment some topics down below to add to our hat. And each week we're going to pull a topic out of the hat, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, Billionaire Barrett, what is today's topic?
All right, drum roll, drum roll. Just choose and see what we get. So, apologize for my bad handwriting. Are you seeing it? What does it say?
Go over a little bit.
Over?
Yeah.
Or
How do you find? It says, how do you find? What's the rest?
Hold on. How do you find? Good one. How do you find what? That's it.
Wait.
That's it. This really, like, I thought, I was writing. This was supposed to be discarded, right? But guess what? It's in the act, so we're gonna actually try brainstorm and try work with it. Fair enough? It's interesting though. How do you find what? This is very interesting. It was there for a reason. So how do you find what? How do you find?
How do you find? How do you find?
How do you
It. How do you find it? No, this is actually
It's very true. Like,
but this is sparking something in me, to be honest. So, how do you find? Like, for me, this is like, how do you find the answers, or like the next step, or like, when you're just searching for something and you don't know what it is, and you're like, how do I find the thing, like whatever that is? It for me lately, it's been like, how do I find the sign that I'm on the right path, or the, like, what I should be doing next? Like, what am I doing? How do I find the it? Like, I don't know. What is this empty, accidental question spark for you?
It's very interesting where this was to be in that period. We were writing something and it was supposed to be discarded and it was in there for a reason. So the topic, how do you find? And it could be many things. How do you find your purpose? How do you find yourself? How do you find the answers? How do you find whatever you want to be? So the question can actually really, it wasn't meant to be this, but how do you find, let's say, yourself? Yeah. How do you find yourself? Like your true, authentic self. How do you find yourself? Yeah. So, viewers, tell us, comment and tell us, how do you find your true, authentic self? And from how do you find, it can also go to what is your true, authentic self?
Right.
Yeah.
Real quick, because we both have our phones on noise. I'm gonna not disturb real quick.
All right. Let me go on that as well.
Work mode. There we were troubleshooting with this new platform that we're using.
Right. How do I go on do not disturb?
You just pull the screen down and do like focus.
Focus. Do I? Oh, I just see it. Nice. Do not disturb. Oh. I was about to go on airplane mode. Now I learned something. Oh, no. Okay. So interesting. How do you find focus?
Honestly, comment down below. What is this open question for you? How do you find blank? Like, what is it for you? Because as you can see, it's different for me. It's different for Billionaire Barrett. So it's like, whatever it is for you, whatever that empty space is, how do you find blank? It's almost like that is what is appearing in your life, or like what your personal focus is on. So I feel like because that's what our attention was drawn to. So for me, it was, the next steps on my journey. And for Billionaire Barrett, it sounds like it's, finding yourself on a deeper level. Like, so what is it for you, everybody? So yeah, but as far as finding yourself, like, what if that was the topic we pulled out, then the conversation that we're having, how do you find yourself? Like, what do you have for that?
You find yourself when you go outside and go within, and that's kind of so weird. You go outside, you're thinking, and go within, where you start having relationships with your thoughts, your emotions, your doubts, your fear. Also, your good emotions as well. You like have conversations, a relationship with them. Because yesterday I was on a podcast, and a question was asked me was, what would you say to someone who is afraid of doing something? And my answer was simple. I was like, before no, I would say fear is not real. But really and truly, fear might not be real to me, or it can be real to someone else. So I had to like calm myself and really think about it. Fear is real, but it's for us to have that kind of conversation with it, and to really see, oh, is it serving you, or is it not serving? Because fear can serve you, and fear can also not serve you. So I know I'm going off the question, but it's really to whatever feeling that we're going through, is really don't shy away from it. Just really have a conversation with whatever you experience, as in objectively, and listen to what it's saying to you, and then really and say, okay, are you serving me? Are you not serving me? And then from there you can decide. That's what I look at it. Yeah.
Wow. No, it's crazy to do that, because literally yesterday I recorded a YouTube video that I planned to post today, and it was literally about exactly what you're just talking about, that relationship with your emotions, and when they come up, listening to them with curiosity and compassion, and having that relationship with yourself to where you can do that, where you can listen and just be like, okay, I hear you, you're heard, you're seen, but I may or may not use the information that you're giving me, depending on if it's serving me for this purpose right now. So it is really interesting that we both kind of had that same experience yesterday about this topic that was an accident. So there's no such thing as accidents, right? Everything is work. So yeah, that's really interesting for finding yourself, like listening to yourself.
Yeah, I'm going back to how do you find, and I'm gonna say, how do you find the thing? It's similar to basically what we do in coaching. Like we're coaching the person or the topic, right? And when we coaching like the thing, you want to find what that thing is. So I think if we look at this question as how do you find the thing, and really objectively not put a particular feeling to it, we're able to find whatever we're looking for. Make sense?
Yeah.
How do you find the thing? That thing could be anything in your life. And
so
don't want to attach a particular thing to it. How do you find the thing? Right? And then whatever it shows up in your life, whether it's purpose or self, whatever it is, we're able to take those action steps to really have a solution to finding that thing that basically is important to us.
Yeah. Like, you can always find what you need. Your spirit knows, like your inner self knows what it is that you need. So you can always find it. So honing in on it and the emotion, and just going inside into your inner world and kind of expressing that you're trying to find whatever it is, it'll appear. And depending on how hard you focus, you can almost like manifest it into your reality by going within and thinking about it, and feeling the emotion that it brings and all of the things. Like, you can bring that energy out into the physical realm. I know this is getting really like deep, but
It's okay.
just hear me out. Yeah, you can, because you're gonna find it in different like signs and synchronicities, you know what I mean, throughout your actual life. Like, if you feel that emotion of this is what I'm trying to find, it will appear to you, like it will come to you essentially, because you're like becoming an energetic match for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. In
yeah,
line. In line.
yeah, you're like,
I like it because you know what you're looking for. You know what it is. So you find it, you just know, yeah, I find it. You know, that sense of relief,
yeah,
that sense of excitement. I found it. I got it now. Yes, everything's gonna be okay. Yeah. So,
even if you can't do it, which is
yeah,
like question, like there's no words for it. Like, how do you find like,
that,
what it is.
how
I'm
do you
sure
find it?
everyone watching probably, when it's how do you find, they probably came up with something in their head right away. Like, the first thing, like how do you find your purpose, or you know what I mean, like there was something that came up for everybody.
Yeah.
And listen to whatever that first initial thought was that you felt like the blank should be, because there's a chance that while you might not have been able to put words to what it is that you're looking for within, trying to find, your spirit knows, like inside, and it's maybe it came up. So yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Simple. Having the dialogue, conversation.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, I just say whatever came to your mind when you saw the question. How do you find
Yeah.
whatever? Just keep asking that question. The answers is there. Like, how do you find? And tell us, like, really tell us, like, it's so accidental, which is, we don't believe in accidents, but it was accident in the sense for this to just happen at this point in time. It's weird, and I believe, this quote unquote accident gonna open eyes and minds to helping people to really figure out what they're trying to find.
Yeah.
And really, the goat log. So it's just very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Really, wow. Yeah, this was unintentional. Out of all, we had like 7 topics in a hat ready to go, and out of all of them, we picked this one. So really think about it, what that blank means to you, what came up for you. And if it was something that you think is, no, that doesn't mean anything for me, just take a second and really sit there and think on it, because sometimes we avoid the answers that come to us from our higher self. So it might not be what we want to hear or what we think we need, but if you really sit there and think about it for a second, sometimes you find, actually, honestly, most of the time you find that it actually is relevant for you. So yeah, just really give yourself some time to ponder on whatever came up for you and how relevant it is for you.
What's interesting, I want to add to before we wrap up, because we are in that 15 minutes mark, right? It said that the mind has the answers to every single thing that we need. Just listen again. The mind has the answers for every single thing that we need, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
But let's ask the question, how can I, and the answer is gonna come. It doesn't mean the first answer is the correct answer, right? But we can keep asking the question and then it's very important to take action on those questions we're asking, and then before you know it, we'll find it.
Like
Yeah.
that perseverance in like, okay, like what is the answer? What do I need to know? And you might not get there right away. Like you got to keep at it, keep trying, keep listening to yourself and trusting yourself. And yeah, that relationship with yourself ultimately ends up in you finding the answer easier, faster, because you've built this trust with yourself. So working on that relationship with yourself, bringing it back to like your original answer for you, that relationship with yourself, that will help you develop trust in yourself, which will ultimately develop in you being able to find answers faster because you're listening now. Now you can hear what your inner self is trying to tell you, versus if you don't have that relationship with yourself, your inner self is trying to tell you the answer. It's trying, like it's even putting things in your path for you to see, like, look, there's a sign, here's something happens so that you can see, like you know, something happens with your health and you have to end up going to the doctors. It's like, see, I'm trying to tell you, you got to get healthy. And you're not listening. You're like, oh, it was just an accident, nothing serious, I'm gonna go back to eating potato chips. You know what I mean? So the stronger your relationship with yourself is, the faster and easier you will be able to hear the answers that you need, whatever the answer for you is. So yeah, I think that wraps up today's chat.
Yeah, what do you find? Yeah, I like that.
That was good. Well, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. We will draw another question that's potentially a full question. We'll see. You never know these days what will happen. So,
Exactly.
I will see you next time. And don't forget to leave a comment down below on what came up for you and what you thought about this episode. Also, of course, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Cheers.